You're watching Alabama's WVUA News at 5.
Ahead, we talk about your rain chances and if we can expect a cool-off. That's coming up.
They say history repeats itself. If so, it looks like students in the United States have some surprises coming. We've got brand new information about what students are and aren't learning in school. And a group of elected officials in Alabama tried to sell their political power. We've got the latest from Alabama's bingo trial. But first, new developments in storm recovery across Alabama. I'm Lynn Brooks.
And I'm Terry Brewer. A well-known mission group is in Tuscaloosa County working on their first ever disaster relief project. Who they are and who they're helping is in our top story tonight at 5 o'clock. Almost 200 teenagers are in Tuscaloosa County this week as part of the World Changers Mission Group. It's part of the North American Mission Board through the Southern Baptist Convention. They're painting houses, replacing roofs, and ministering to storm survivors. The students are from churches across the country. This summer, World Changers will work on 95 projects across the United States. Organizers say Tuscaloosa is the first disaster relief project they've ever done. World Changers member Catherine Swafford says realizing what people would be left with if there was no help available after the storm.
And to think that those people might not have a place to live right now, it really hurts me because I take for granted my house, and I know I shouldn't, but I do. And some people are living on the streets right now.
The students each pay about $250 to be a part of the World Changers experience. You can find out more about the organization just by going to WVUATV.com. Just click numbers and links. Meanwhile, thousands of people will be in Birmingham tonight to support storm relief in Alabama. The Bama Rising concert is tonight at the BJCC Arena. The country group Alabama will open and close the concert, and there are 18 other well-known acts who will perform in between.
Many Alabamians who didn't suffer property damage or personal loss in the April storms probably feel like they dodged a bullet. But imagine this, being surrounded on all sides by devastation and somehow your home is the only one left standing. That's what happened to the Davis family on Arcadia Drive in Alberta City. Herbert Davis and his wife were home when the April 27th tornado tore through their neighborhood. Severely damaged homes surround the Davis' house, but their only damage was 3 holes in the roof. Herbert Davis says a decision he made when the home was built may be the reason why.
I had about 3 times the amount of nails in it that it needed. I did so that it'd have strength to it in time of strong wind.
Herbert Davis says it took just 5 days to repair his roof. The Davises were without power for 8 days after the storm.
At tonight's Tuscaloosa City Council meeting, city leaders are set to take a look at a plan for something called Tuscaloosa Forward. Tuscaloosa Forward is a new website designed to help Tuscaloosa's rebuilding effort. City officials say the site will be interactive and help connect people trying to find information about tornado recovery. Until the site is up and running, the city has a Facebook page to get this information to the public. A consulting firm is set to present a website plan at tonight's council meeting. Monday, June 27th is an important day for people with storm damage. That's the last day to register with FEMA. Now, FEMA wants everyone to register with them, no matter how much damage you suffered or whether you have insurance or not. Also, the damage didn't have to happen just on April 27th. FEMA asks you to register if you had damage anytime from April 15th to May 31st. Now, here's the number to call. It's 1-800-621-FEMA, 1-800-621-3362. And stick around. Later at 5, we will have FEMA in our studio live with more updates on storm recovery and information for you. Today marks the second day of testimony in Alabama's gambling corruption trial.
9 people, including election officials, are accused of buying and selling votes on gambling legislation. The prosecution's first witness was a state senator who wore a recording device for the FBI. Republican Senator Scott Beeson testified casino owner Milton McGregor told him that he needed his vote on pro-gambling legislation and would supply extensive support if he came on board. Defense attorneys say their clients never accepted any bribes.
The man convicted of the rape and murder of a woman in Tuscaloosa County is asking for a federal appeals court to stop his execution. Eddie Powell is set to die by lethal injection on Thursday. Powell says the drug the state is now using in executions may cause pain and suffering. Powell was found guilty of the shooting death of Maddie Wesson back in March of 1995. A U.S. district judge and the Alabama Supreme Court have already denied Powell's request.
It's a big step toward the upcoming presidential election. So what do the Republican candidates in the race so far have to say? Reporter Sandra Endo has a recap of last night's debate.
7 Republican candidates duking it out to face the Democratic incumbent.
Obamacare and the Obama administration.
And it was President Obama who was the target of the attacks.
I wasn't thinking about performance. I was really just thinking about President Obama and what we can do to make sure that he is a one-term president, because frankly he hasn't done a great job serving the interests of the American people.
And the debate was focused primarily on Barack Obama and his failure as a president. We've got high levels of unemployment, $4 a gallon gas, a federal government that's out of control.
On the crowded stage, the lesser-known candidates tried to break out and make their mark.
This economy is stalled. It's like a train on the tracks with no engine. And the administration has simply been putting all of this money in the caboose.
The sagging economy was the main focus of criticism from the candidates.
And when 14 million Americans are out of work, we need a new president to end the Obama depression.
But from the Obama camp, they say the blows didn't connect.
I think you saw last night that Republicans wanted to spend more time trying to bash the president than talking about their own records.
Rhetoric from both sides signaling the gloves are off and the race is on. In Washington, I'm Sandra Endo.
I want to quickly correct, I misspoke earlier when I said election officials were involved in that earlier trial. Of course, it was elected officials. My apologies on that. Other news tonight, when it comes to education, it seems like we hear a lot about reading, math, and science, but how much do students actually know about the history of our country?
According to a new report, not very much. The 2010 National Assessment of Educational Progress tested students on topics like the American Revolution, Civil War, and the contemporary United States. Just 20% of 4th grade students, 17% of 8th graders, and 12% of high school seniors scored at a level of solid academic performance. Education leaders say they're worried school curriculums are now becoming more narrow.